I just want to say there's no hope for these men. Bitch, why is my tire so flat? Hold on. Why is my tire so fucking flat I can't even drive on it? And these dusty motherfuckers want to drive up in a rental right next to me talking about, hey, shorty. I'm like, yes? Hey, you fine? What's your Instagram? Not see me trying to change my tire. You're sitting in the car asking me for my Instagram. Anyways, let's change this tire.
Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to send love to the channel. You know what I think? I think those men probably didn't even see her that she had a flat tire, right? The least that she could have done, she could have just asked them for help. So I think after this happened to her, she did a video showing women how to change a tire. So I think it was really impressive. So take a look at it.
This is for the ladies and the men that don't know how to change a tire, and we're gonna run through this process together. This part is for my ladies. Never change your tire if you do not have some form of protection on you. Always call roadside assistance on your insurance, or always call AAA if you have it, or call a friend. I highly recommend you do not change your tire by yourself unless that is the last option. But let's get into it. Almost all vehicles should come with a jack in the back of the car. Mine happens to be under here, but if you do not have a jack, I highly recommend ordering one on Amazon. So first we are going to take the lug nuts off of the tire before we jack the tire up, because with it being on the ground, it will hold it in place so we can get these lug nuts off. So this is what it looks like up close. This matches exactly to the lug nuts in the tire. See how this is at an angle? I do this so I can use my foot to get the lug nut loose, like this. Now I'm going to do that to all of the lug nuts. I've seen some cars that don't have a lug nut key, but there is a lug nut that has a special pattern, if you want to say, on it. So you will put this key into the wrench and you will use that on the special lug nut. Do it the same way you've been doing all the other ones. Okay, so now that all my lug nuts are loose, I will put this part right here goes flat on the ground. This is the part that goes under your vehicle to lift it up. And there is always going to be a little slot or an area to where you can put this to where you're not going to damage your car. I will show you what mine looks like. So the slot is right here. This is where this part goes to where I'm not going to damage this part of my vehicle. At the end of all jacks, there will be a little circle right here. This is where you put a tool in to raise your lift up. Now I'm gonna take this cute little tool. This is not the one designated for it, but something that fits in that hole. And you are going to twist this up until your lift starts to raise, just like this. Okay, so this is what we're looking like now. My car has been lifted up enough for me to get this wheel off. Now that our vehicle is lifted, we're gonna go back to the loose lug nuts that we have and take all of them out so we can now pull the tire off the vehicle. Now that all the lug nuts are off, we're gonna take the tire off. Now we're gonna pretend this is a spare tire, but you should have a spare tire in the back of your vehicle. If you don't, you need to get one. We are going to put this tire back on the vehicle, okay? And I highly recommend getting gloves. Now that we're putting our tire back on, we wanna make sure we put a lug nut on top and bottom just so we can secure the tire in place before we tighten the lug nuts. Now that we're all dirty and the tire is back on, and the lug nuts are on and everything is tightened, we are gonna go ahead and lower this lift. In situations like this, you always wanna remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Okay, now we can take our lift out, put that back in the trunk. But now that we have changed our tire, the lug nuts are on and everything, you wanna go ahead and take this to a gas station or a tire shop and just make sure that the PSI in the tire, the PSI is the amount of pounds of air that you can put in your tire. So you wanna make sure that your spare or even your regular tire has the correct PSI in the tire. I would also recommend going somewhere with a lug nut gun and making sure that your lug nuts are securely on the tire, because the last thing you want them to do is to vibrate and rattle off of your tire while driving. That is how you change your tire. Bye, y'all.
I think men and women can learn from this. That was really impressive. So make sure you guys comment down below. If she knew how to do all that, why did she complain about men not stopping to help her? This doesn't make any sense. Or maybe she was just doing it for attention.
I do not want a poor man.
Why don't you want a poor man? Because you want him to, quote, provide for you, correct?
Because I've been taking care of everything my whole life, the financial burden of...
The financial burden.
Yeah.
You want him to take off the financial burden, right?
Yes.
So if you want him to take off the financial burden, how much do you want? At least half, right?
Yes.
What do you think compensates him for eliminating 50% of the financial burden that you have that he's not responsible for?
It's not that I'm trying to give him half of my financial burden, but...
Literally, you are trying to give him half of your financial burden. What are you talking about? How are you not?
I'm looking for a partner, and I'm looking for somebody that has the same goals and that wants the same thing too. They want their best friend.
How are you not trying to give this man 50% of your financial burden he's not actually responsible for currently, but in the future he will be based on your choices?
But isn't that what marriage is?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
So they get in a relationship for the wrong reason. They get in a relationship because they want a man to support them financially. This is just crazy.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I wouldn't imagine anything because you're not even on a caliber to date a single mother. You
ever hear a guy saying like, oh, you have a child, or oh, I don't want nothing to do with that. We don't have the means to take care of your child because they're broke bums and we don't want those men anyway. The real true high value men are going to be seeking or not avoiding someone because they're a mother.
You need to have a man pay for the babysitter if he wants to take you out.
Ladies, set the standard high. Set the standard high, especially since you're a mom, because it's not just about you anymore. It's about you and your kids.
I find it really stupid when I see men trying to make it a point that single mother standards are way too high. But wouldn't you think that a good mother or a good woman, period, would want the best for her children and want the best around her children? So you best believe that my standards are going to be through the roof. At this point, my standards are so high, I think I'm looking for Jesus Christ himself.
This is wow. You know, I'm gonna wish them all the best. I don't know why they have a problem. For men don't want to date you because you have kids. Why don't you just date somebody that want to date you?
Over here. Hello, welcome in. All right.
My name is Terrence. I'm from Alabama. Electrician. Also a DJ, and I also do body work on cars.
Okay. All right. So we're just gonna go up to some of the ladies that ended up popping their balloon. We can get your name, how old you are, what you do, and why you popped your balloon.
I'm Sergio Ronal. I'm 24 and I'm a medical specialist. And why? Okay. First, you're short, and I'm a tall girl. I like 6 foot and up. 2, I don't do dreads. And then you're an electrician. I'm thinking about like businessman, doctor, lawyer, because I'm trying to like find a man who could provide for my kids and provide for me. You know what I'm saying? And you're from Alabama. I heard of things about Alabama. I'm from New York, so no, thank you.
What you hear about Alabama? I feel like Alabama.
I don't think you want to know.
Let us know. What have you heard?
Most of the women that go on this dating show, they are all looking for businessmen. They're looking for men that are making a lot of money. They probably don't even know anything about business, but the first thing that they're looking for is a businessman.
What have you heard?
You could probably marry your sister. It's a little. I've been there. It's a little weird over there. So no, thank you.
Okay. She coming for your people.
No. I can't even let her go like that.
Okay, and is she somebody that you would approach? Is she your type? Like anything you like, don't like?
No, I don't think I like her attitude. I don't like the attitude. I think you think you're a little up there. I mean,
no, I think you think I'm up there.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. So why would you assume that?
Well, I just feel like for you to just say that, talk down about Alabama, you don't know. I feel like, no, I definitely think you ought to do more research or whatever.
I did. That's my job, was to research, and I researched y'all, and I didn't like it.
Okay, well, no, I definitely wasn't talking to you.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So just the attitude.
Yeah, and she's not that cute either.
Oh, not cute either?
Okay.
All right, so
he thinks I'm cute. He thinks I'm cute. He can't admit it. You know I'm cute.
Nah, you're not ugly, but you're not cute either, though.
Sensational.
You know I'm cute. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, boy.
She's definitely going to remember that probably for the rest of her life, because a lot of them do not like rejection. As you guys can see, the guy said it. She is not cute, but she's saying, oh, you know I'm cute. Come on now. He said it. he said you're not cute, just leave it as that. Not everybody going to like you. This is just crazy.